Hi, we are Ian
and Jane.
Today we are going to tell you how does sugar affect the brain. According to recent research, around 68% of processed foods in grocery stores contain some sort of sugar. Sugars are also included in many of our foods such as ice creams, chocolates, cookies, breads, cakes, flavored drinks, and even ketchup. So it is important for us to know why many of our foods contain sugar. Sugar is a term used to describe a class of carbohydrates, and there are three types of them: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Firstly, the monosaccharides are known as the simple sugars and are the most common base for all carbohydrate molecules. Glucose. They are the most common carbohydrate. They are used by the body for energy through the process of respiration. Fructose. They are also known as fruit sugar and is present in honey and a variety of fruits such as cherries, bananas, pears, pineapples, and grapes. Galactose. They are made in the human body when lactose is broken down to form glucose and galactose. Next, they are the disaccharides. Sucrose. They are made up of equal amounts of glucose and fructose and are commonly found in sugar canes. Maltose. They are only made up of 2 glucose molecules and are commonly found in malt. They are also less sweet than glucose, sucrose, or fructose. Lactose. They are made up of equal amounts of glucose and galactose and can be found in most dairy products. Lastly, we have the polysaccharides. Starch is a carbohydrate molecule consisting of a long chain of glucose molecules. They can be found in wheat, rice, and potatoes. Now that we have understood the types of sugars, let's move on to the next question. How does sugar really affect our brain? First of all, it is important to know that each human being has roughly 500 to 1,000 taste buds, with most of them located on a person's tongue, which is why the human tongue has tiny bumps on it. This is an image of a taste bud. In the middle of the taste bud is a taste receptor cell, also known as gustatory cells. Each taste bud is 50 to 100 of them. Let's move on. So, when a person eats sugar, the sugar will dissolve in the saliva, which will then come in contact with the taste receptors. The taste receptors will then send a signal through the nerve fibers to the gustatory cortex, the part of the brain that processes the perception of taste. As the signals reach the gustatory cortex, it will signal the brain to release dopamine, which is a neuron transmitter. A neurotransmitter is a chemical released by neurons to send signals to other nerve cells in the brain. The brain consists of many dopamine receptors, which plays a major role in a human's reward system, but they are not evenly distributed. Most types of rewarding feelings increase as the level of dopamine in the brain increases. This may explain why a person might feel satisfied after eating sugar. So, when a person tries a new and balanced meal, the dopamine level in their brains will rise because our brain has evolved to pay attention to new varieties of food. Since the larger the variety of food we consume, the more likely we are to get all the nutrients we need. However, the dopamine level will eventually decrease if the person continues to eat the same food for several days in a row, which would make them feel bored. However, if a person eats sugar-induced foods for several days continuously, the dopamine will not level out in their brain, even after a few days, because the sugar will continue to trigger the release of dopamine in their brain. This means eating lots of sugar will continue to feel rewarding to that person, which is also why people crave sugar so much. In conclusion, eating sugars can make you feel happy, but eating too much of them can make you feel addicted. In this way, sugar functions a little bit like a drug. So be careful of what you eat. Thanks for watching. Bye.